There has been a whole lot of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 news that we can delve into. I thought I'd bring you a great update of everything that's going on over at Warhorse Studios in the last few weeks and what we're going to be expecting in the next month. We all know that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is slated for a 2024 release, which, was predicted it would be around October time, yet who really knows? However, the game is pretty much, if not completely, feature finished. Of course, I'll still be tweaking little bits and fixing some extra areas, but it has been played, by people. So they did an event in the Czech Republic, in Prague, of course, where Warhorse Studios is based, and Kutná Hora, where Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is based. And they invited some people to come and play the game a little bit early whilst doing all the extra stuff, going to the concerts, doing the tours, that kind of beautiful stuff. But being able to play KCD2 early means that it is in a stage that, the press is ready to get their hands on it. I wasn't invited to the event, by the way. I can say that, and that's why I'm talking about it, because I didn't sign no NDAs, because they don't like me enough. However, that is not it, and that is not the only confirmation that we have that KCD2 is pretty much in its finished state. On August 20th, it will be the opening day / opening evening of Gamescom, the huge event that goes on every summer, except from the summers that it doesn't go on. However, in this opening evening, we're going to be having a gameplay teaser from KCD2, by the way, not the first one. That would be incredibly disappointing. What that's going to involve? Well, I'm pretty much it's just going to be exactly what we've already had in the past. A bit more of the storyline, a few characters that are coming in, and maybe even a little Easter eggs at the end as well. But it's when it gets to the 21st, the next day, that it starts to get incredibly excited for Kingdom Come 2. That's when we get over 20 minutes of gameplay revealed. And don't you worry, I will be analysing it, breaking it down, waffling and yapping about it on this channel. So if you do miss it live at Gamescom, you can make sure that it will be stuck around here at some point. The bills aren't going to pay themselves, let's be completely honest, guys. But I am so looking forward to it. Whatever we can get from this bits of gameplay is going to be a real indicator of the direction this game is going. I would assume that it's not going to have anything to do with the story. It would be a bit of a disappointment if they ended up spoiling parts of the story. So I think we can probably expect it might be a side quest somewhere halfway on, or like a non-important storyline quest that's about midway through the game. Probably following Henry going on some rabbit hunting adventures. I don't know about that game. I've not played it in years. Or we could be picking flowers, because that was a massive feature of the first game. Do you remember that last mission when you were building a trebuchet for about 33 weeks and in the middle you had to go and find some daffodils or something? I think that's how Kingdom Come Deliverance works. But that 20 minutes of gameplay is going to be the most important thing that we're going to be getting, but it's not over yet. No, don't you worry. On the same day, we're also going to be getting, a playable demo at Gamescom. So if you are there, I'm not going to be there, mostly because I actually can't make content if I'm in Cologne. And I've been to Cologne so many times. They've got a cool cathedral. They've got a train station and a river with some kind of moldy bridges going over it. I think there's parts of Cologne that is beautiful. And I think in terms of a city, it's fine. But I'm not going to be there because I'm going to be here sitting at my computer, picking through every little bit of information and gameplay that we get from Kingdom Come 2. So don't you worry. I will bring it to you faster than even if you make your way to Cologne. I'm quite jealous. The press previews will also be on August the 21st with hands-on impression. And what I'm guessing is that because they're revealing gameplay from Warhorse Studios themselves, of course, this bit will kind of be selected for what we want or what they want to show off. But if there's people that are at Gamescom playing it, we might have a Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord deal where people that can go along do get to record it, and we do get a little bit or maybe even a lot more gameplay that is revealed to the public, mostly because I'm assuming what they let you play at Gamescom is not going to be the entire story, if any of it at all. It'll be select few missions, and I think that stuff probably will be allowed to be released. And once more, we get the rest of Gamescom with bits more info, bit more teasers, and some live news. live news? Who knows what that means? It's going to be a release date, let's be honest. War Studios don't really talk to me, so I actually have no confirmation. But if it's coming in 2024, this would be the time to do its release date. As speculated earlier, October is probably going to be the most likely time. Having a release date a couple months before it actually comes out seems like it makes a lot of sense, especially since the hype is really building up. If we're getting extra gameplay coming in as well, well, only time can really tell. There is so much to be excited for here, and I will be bringing it all to the channel. Speaking of updates on the channel, though, it's not just going to be Kingdom Come Deliverance stuff coming. There's exciting things going in the medieval community in general, specifically Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord, where some huge mods have been released and some extra teasers and updates, such as Sengoku, you know, the Japanese mod. And I'm going to be really leaning into that, whether it's going back into Bannerlord Online or Persistent Empires, and of course, bringing you some of the best Eagle Rising gameplay you have ever seen, working on my way from being a peasant to a full-time gladiator. Look, I've really not spent too much time in Bannerlord recently, but since KCD 2 is on its way and will be out this year, I think it's probably a good time for me to delve back into, well, the medieval masterpieces that we already have in this world. Let's talk a little bit about that event, though, that happened in Prague over the weekend, because I wasn't invited, as mentioned, but there are things that have been revealed publicly that we can talk about. Once again, not signed any NDAs, so the worst Warhorse can do is be grumpy at me and not give me a key for KCD. So they went to Kutnahora, they went to the church that the initial reveal was shot in. What's more, I think Angry Joe posted a whole vlog of his time in Prague, and he didn't even reveal what the reason he was in Prague for, but I think everybody knows it was for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. In fact, I think there's a picture of Angry Joe standing there with his little press pass. Why did he try and keep it secret if there's a very public image of him at a Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 event? Anyway, there's been some really interesting stuff on the new music that's going to be coming out, and of course the fact that the press people got to play and got to get their hands on KCD 2. Any info that's come out about that? Well, not quite at this point in time. But what we do know is it's going to be bigger and better than we've ever seen before within the Kingdom Come Deliverance universe. Following Henry and more specifically this time Hans, who I think is going to be a much bigger part of it. The amount of promotion that Hans Capon, I don't mean actually Hans Capon, I mean Luke, the guy that plays him, has been doing, slightly indicates he's going to have a bit more of an important role during this story. Because don't get me wrong, he did stuff in the first game, but he was more of a side character. I think there's going to be the possibility of a dual main character in Kingdom Come 2. We did get the DLC within the first title, being able to play more adventures with him, and I think since we're able to go into, I don't know, Teresa's body and her DLC, means that War Studios aren't afraid of us playing as other characters within this universe. So I think we're going to get some sort of dual narrative between Hans Capon and Henry. This will be incredible. The fact that we're going to be getting a release this year, and not only that, I'm 99.2.4% sure. I know I put 2 decimals, but let me off this time. I didn't do well in maths. All I can do is speak about games. We are going to be getting some sort of release date in that space between the 20th and the 25th of August. In fact, the 20th of August, when that gameplay teaser initially comes out for Kingdom Come on the opening night of Gamescom, I think that is where we're going to be getting our release date. And then the next day, of course, 20 minutes of extra gameplay. Make sure you stick around the channel, and please leave down below any Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord mods you want me to cover, because on the run up to Kingdom Come Deliverance, I'm going to be doing a full month of just medieval games after medieval games, really immersing and delving ourselves into it. So if you guys want to be a part of that, make sure you stick around the channel. Give me ideas of titles you want me to cover, mods you want me to cover, and points of topics that you want us to go into for Kingdom Come Deliverance, because, well, there's a lot coming here, and I cannot wait to show it to you guys.